What is up, you guys? Master Cars Review here, and this weekend we've been offered a quite interesting test ride. It's the 2019 Lada 4x4 Urban, formerly known as the Niva, and it costs $14,000. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lada is a Russian manufacturer, now owned by Renault Group, and they've been building this exact same car for over 40 years. Now, with that in mind, can it actually compete against anything in 2019? We've got 2 days to find out. Alright then, so sitting in the Lada 4x4, first of all, the door click, for those of you who really want to listen to that retro sound. Obviously it feels like an old vehicle inside here. They've kept it really old school. As you can see, we have a manual transmission. It's the only transmission in the 4x4. We have a 4-spoke steering wheel, only have the horn buttons over here. Nothing too fancy. Now, because this is an Urban, we have a bit of added luxuries. We have AC in the car, heated seats, we have 16-inch alloy wheels, we have a body-colored front bumper, which is really cool. Now, you don't get as standard a radio, so in Lebanon they've added this multimedia system, but this is basically it. And well, other than that, it's stripped out interior. You don't have a center console over here, and everything feels, you know, plasticky and hard. And look at the way you have this roof with the nice perforated material that you have on top of your head. So this is basically it. Now let me show you guys what the interior is all about. Alright then, so starting off with the steering wheel, it's a 4-spoke steering wheel. You have these horn buttons right here, and that's basically it. Behind that you have your gauges, very easy to use, you know, standard old school gauges. And you have 2 displays, right here for the clock and the other for your mileage. Right here, as you can see, this is for your AC if you want it hot or cold. You have your wiper commands on the right, and your signals right here with your headlight commands on the left. And as you can see, this small door handle feels really nice. Door bins are actually very small. As you can see, you cannot fit any bottles of water, so it's like small maps, books, whatever. We have this one speaker here and the other on the other side. Going on to the center of the dashboard right here, as you can see, we have 2 air vents with all the controls that you have, with climate control, heated seats, all that basic stuff, radio of course. And this is your tall gear shifter that you get with your off-road gear selectors, one for the 4x4 and the other for the low and high gears. You have 2 cup holders right here, which are actually very small. I mean, I can basically just fit my phone. They do not fit any bottles of water, to be honest. You have your window commands right here in the center with your nice handbrake. As you can see, you have the floor right here, so we basically sit very close to the floor. And yeah, on the glove box, it's open and you can fit basically small stuff. You have a small storage space over on the top, which fits some stuff. I mean, it isn't that big, but it does the job. You have nice cutouts right here on the top for more storage space. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk in the 4x4. Now, to open up the trunk in the Lada 4x4, you have a lever behind the driver's seat to unlock it, and then you pull it up. It's actually quite a heavy boot. You can see we don't have much space. I have my camera equipment over here, so it's a bit small. I gotta say, we can fold out the rear seats for more space if you want, but it still is a small cargo area. Now let's go ahead and check out the back seat, see if we can fit there. Alright then, so to get in the back, you have this lever that you push to put the seat forward. And then jumping in, again, I'm 185 centimeters and actually my head touches the roof, as you can see. Let me pull that in its original space. Okay, so my legs actually don't fit very well. I have maybe this bit of a leg room, and I have to put my feet on the right and the left to sit comfortably. But you have a nice armrest, and you have big windows, so it's not claustrophobic, but it is actually very small. I mean, if you want more practicality, you'd go for the 4-door. For this 2-door, maybe you put some luggage, a small kid in the back, maybe sitting in the middle will help. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's a cramped back seat. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Lada. And also guys, make sure to check out our new website, mastercarsreview.com, for all the cars that we're going to be reviewing. We're going to be posting review articles and the pictures, so make sure to check it out. Alright then, so let's take an exterior walk around of the Lada 4x4 Urban. Now right here it says to subscribe. I mean, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Now, as you know, this car has been around since the 1970s. Now the exterior looks have been updated throughout the years, but it still has the same DNA, the same character, as you can see on the front. This boxy shape that you have. We have two lights on each side, no LEDs of course. They say they're daytime running lights on the top, but yeah, they're not LED, they're just standard lights. I like that you have those black accents at the front that goes around. We have, you know, the body colored front bumper. That is new on these models. Then going around the side, we have 16-inch alloy wheels. We have disc brakes on the front and drum brakes at the rear, of course. There you can have it, Lada Urban Test Drive. As you can see, we have this black side mirrors, which are actually really good. I really like the way they look. You have this nice antenna, of course. And then no roof rack, nothing too fancy. You have these three dashes that you have on this C-pillar. I don't know what they're for, but they look good. Then going on the back, it's really simple. You have this Lada badging and this 4x4 emblem, and that's basically it. Big window actually. You have the hinges for the boot right here. What do you guys think of the exterior looks? I mean, it's simple. There's nothing too fancy about it, as the whole car is. I mean, it's an old vehicle. Looking at it, you wouldn't say it's a 2019 model, of course. I mean, it's for those people who want an old school vehicle, nothing too new, you know, no technology whatsoever in this car. You have a small exhaust tip right here. I don't know if you can see that, guys. As you know, these black accents that you get. But that's basically it for the exterior. Let's go ahead and check out how the 4x4 drives. Let's go. Under the hood sits a 1.7 liter 4-cylinder engine, kicking out 83 horsepower and 130 Nm of torque. Now they say 100 kilometers is possible in the 4x4, and it takes around 19 seconds to reach it. The Lada 4x4 chassis is made of high-strength steel that you can feel by knocking on the bodywork. It's actually very nicely finished with minor imperfections in between body parts. It feels really solid from the outside. However, there are a few flaws in the interior. It's very different from the exterior's impression of solidity. Inside, some buttons feel unstable, and I would have preferred improvements in some areas. I know that they've kept it as old as they could, but some things are questionable in 2019. Our two-door variant looks and actually is quite small at just 1.68 meters wide, and it weighs slightly above 1,200 kilograms. With a high-riding, lightweight chassis, the 4x4 seems like the perfect SUV for some off-road fun. Alright then, so there's three things I want to talk about in the 4x4. First of all, something that is positive, visibility is actually great. I mean, you have small pillars all around the car, you have a big windscreen in the front and a big window at the rear, so visibility is actually perfect in this car. I can't complain about that. Now, other thing that can be improved in this car, there's something that I don't understand. I know they've kept this car as retro as possible, but why is the engine still that? I mean, you feel that you need more power in this car. It lacks sometimes. You have very low torque, 130 Nm of torque, which I personally think can be improved. For example, if you had a turbocharger in here, or if you want to keep it retro, just increase the cylinder, maybe have a V6 in there or something, just to increase the torque and overall performance of this vehicle, in my opinion. Now, as you know, we only have the manual transmission in this car, so for those of you who like manuals, this is the only transmission that you get in this car. Now, one thing that I don't like about this car, but then again, it's all about the like the retro package of this car, the old vibes, that is that you hear a lot of things. Let me just close out the windows. We have automatic windows, which is cool, and you can hear a lot of things in here, and especially under acceleration, you hear a lot of whining. Let's say, for example, we're going to be accelerating right now. And you can feel everything. I mean, the gear shifts, everything. It's kind of cool for those of you people who like manuals, but then again, it's not refined at all. The windows are very small, so on the highway you hear a lot of things. Of course, there's no sound deadening in here, so there's that. Now the suspension is a bit firm, I gotta say. It doesn't go on road bumps quite as smoothly as I would have expected. But as you can see, it's a fun car to drive. Now we have a small uphill. We're gonna try and go off-road in this car. So then, how does the 4x4 perform? And it's actually a crucial question because the Lada is all about showing off muscles on terrains most crossovers struggle. Good news is that the 4x4 can go anywhere. Whether it's this steep and slippery incline or this rough and rocky uphill, it does the job. I believe the lightweight chassis makes this SUV more agile off-road, but I still would have preferred a torquier engine under the bonnet. As you might have picked up, the 4x4 is shaky and unrefined, especially on highway speeds, that is around 60 km an hour. The Lada 4x4 is definitely an SUV you should experience. The minute you step in, you go back in time, and then slowly let the idea that this is a 2019 model sink in. It's a small, capable, light and simple SUV with minimal luxuries and tech. But should you own one? If you live in the mountains and all you need is a cheap SUV to get you around, the 4x4 is a great option for all weather conditions. I mean, at 14 grand, there's not many capable SUVs you can buy and are that easy and cheap to run. It's surely an old school experience that you'll love if you've ever owned a Lada or any 1980s SUV. So guys, that's it for the Lada 4x4. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out the website mastercarsreview.com for the full review article and some excellent photos of this SUV. Till then, take care everybody. See you soon.